Kids Radio. It's never too late, we're always ready for a show. Tune in to Kids Radio. The songs that you hear will help your music sense to grow. Tune in to Kids Radio and start your hands to clapping or tap your little toe. Tune in to Kids Radio and listen, we're ready to go.
Miss Carolyn is out driving around on a dreary and very spooky Halloween night as she tries to make her way back to her comfortable and reliable home. But there are always surprises waiting at every turn on Halloween night.
Oh, I'm glad to be back home safe and snug on such a spooky Halloween like this. It'll be nice to just sit by my fireplace tonight with a mug of hot apple cider and a good book. I'll just close my garage door and then Wait a minute! The garage door just closed all by itself, and I don't even have a remote-controlled garage door. What's going on?
Now, don't get overexcited, Miss Carolyn. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Who said that? Show yourself.
Oh, yes, I suppose I'm still invisible. I forgot. You see, I don't want to alarm you when you first pulled your car into your garage by getting a glimpse of me in your headlights. I was afraid you might not get out of your car, and then I couldn't explain things to you.
What do you mean you're invisible? Where are you?
Right here in front of you.
Ah! A ghost! There's a ghost in my garage! Help!
You see what happens when I turn visible around humans? I thought you, of all people, would be different and understand, Miss Carolyn. I guess I'll just go on my way.
Hold on. What did you mean you thought I'd understand more than other humans?
That you'd understand a ghostly scene on Halloween. You see, I'm not your normal ghost. No, no, no.
I don't even know any normal ghosts. What makes you so different?
I am known as the Boogie Woogie Ghost at your service. Surely you've heard of me.
Well, no.
No? Then I will explain further. Shall we go in your house? This garage is getting drafty.
There was a ghost on Halloween, he really made the ghosty scene. He was a boogie woogie ghost, was a ghost with the most. And when the kiddies came around, he gave out with the ghostly sound. He'd go, ooh, 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 you go, ooh, ooh, ooh. He'd go out spooking late at night and giving everyone a fright. He knew some witches, 2 or 3, they would go out on a spree. When the morning came around, he'd give one last mysterious sound. He'd go, ooh, don't give a scream and run away. Just ask him if he'll stay and play. You'll like the boogie woogie ghost to be the one you dig the most. Your love is boo, ooh, ooh. Your love is boo, ooh, So when you're out on Halloween and he appears upon the scene, don't give a scream and run away. Just ask him if he'll stay and play. You like the boogie woogie ghost to be the one you dig the most. Your love is boo, ooh, ooh. Your love is boo, ooh, ooh. Your love is boo.
We'll return with much more Kids Radio Show right after this.
Halloween night, all dressed up for Halloween night. Halloween night, oh what a sight, all made up for Halloween night. Trick-or-treating, door to door, filling your bag more and more. Trick-or-treating, everyone, scaring, laughing, having fun.
Witches, monsters, and some clowns, wearing smiles, wearing frowns.
Made up faces, ghostly white, tricking, fooling, such delight. Halloween night, Halloween night. All dressed up for Halloween night. Halloween night, Halloween night. All dressed up for Halloween night. Halloween night, Halloween night. All dressed up for Halloween night. Halloween night, Halloween night. All dressed up for
Miss Carolyn has returned to her house on Halloween night, only to find a Boogie Woogie ghost in her garage, explaining that her home has been chosen as the location for a huge Halloween gathering of very unusual guests.
What is going on in here?
Don't you dig the way we've redecorated your home? I call it Black Bat Decor.
Well, there are cobwebs all over my walls, and there's old dusty black rotting drapes on all the windows, and those little black things hanging from the ceiling, they aren't...
Bats! Yes, that's right. Isn't it groovy?
It's ghastly.
Thank you.
And who are all these people in my house?
Oh, Miss Carolyn, that's not nice calling them people. If you look a little closer, you'll notice they're not exactly human.
They look like werewolves, goblins, ghouls, ghosts, skeletons, and monsters!
Of course! What did you expect at the Boogie Woogie Haunted Hootenanny?
The what?
Halloween types from all over attend this big party every Halloween, and this year we chose your house to have it in. I knew you'd understand because this is a big musical happening.
Oh, yeah? Well, you might have asked me first.
That would ruin the surprise. You have to admit, you were surprised.
Oh, there you are, BW. I've been looking for you. We'd better get this show on the road because this crowd is beginning to get a bit anxious for some dead entertainment.
Miss Carolyn, may I present my promoter and assistant for this haunted hootenanny, Igor the Third?
The pleasure is mine. May I have your hand?
Well, even though he is a bit demented and scruffy looking, at least he's a gentleman in wanting to kiss my hand. Ouch! He bit me!
He just said he wanted your hand, Miss Carolyn. Igor, let go of Miss Carolyn's hand and go introduce the first act of the evening.
Right, boss.
He's that nice skeleton fella with the polished bones. I think you can find him over there in Miss Carolyn's closet.
Oh, this is too much.
Okay, listen up, Halloween types. The first act tonight is Skelly, with a bone-rattling little number called The Skeleton in the Closet.
There's an old deserted mansion on an old forgotten road where the better ghosts and goblins always hang out. And one night they threw a party in a manner out of old, and they cordially invited all the gang out. Now at a dark bewitching hour when the fun was loud and hearty, a notorious wallflower became the life of the party. The spooks were having their midnight fling. Merry-making was in full swing. They shrieked and fell into a cheerful trance when the skeleton in the closet started to dance. Now a goblin, he giggled with fiendish glee. A shout rang out from a big banshee. Amazement was in every ghostly glance when the skeleton in the closet started to dance. Now all the witches were in stitches while his steps made rhythmic sense, and they nearly dropped their broomsticks when he tried to do the bounce. Now you never heard such unearthly laughter or such hilarious groan when the skeleton in the closet rattled his bones. in stitches while his steps made rhythmic sense. And they nearly dropped their broomsticks when he tried to do the bounce. Now you never heard such unearthly laughter or such hilarious groans when the skeleton in the closet rattled his bones. When the skeleton in the closet rattled his.
It's not every day you get to see someone who's all bones stand on a stage singing about a skeleton, is it, Miss Carolyn?
I think I need a breath of air.
Here, I'll show you the way to the door. Just follow me. Let me take your hand.
Oh, no, you don't.
We've still got some good acts lined up for this hootenanny, Miss Carolyn. The next act is a rock group called the Grave Diggers. I know you'll like them.
They sound delightful.
Here they are now. This is the leader of the group. Boris, this is the lovely Miss Carolyn.
Oh, she is a find. Where did you dig her up?
I beg your pardon.
That's a compliment.
Did I look like I've been dug up?
And this is Herkle, Igor's brother, who plays lead guitar for the group.
Yes, you have such interesting fingers, Miss Carolyn. Could I possibly taste them? I mean, see them for a moment? I promise I'll give them back.
Yes, I see the family resemblance to Igor. No, leave my fingers alone.
And this is Alacard in the black cape. He plays bass.
Yes, you look very nice in a tuxedo with your hair slicked back and your little pointed teeth.
And you have such a quaint, red-blooded, all-American way of expressing yourself. So pleased to meet you.
I wouldn't advise letting him kiss your hand either, Miss Carolyn.
Don't worry, I wasn't offering it.
Boss, if we don't get them on the stage to do their number, this crowd is going to want our blood.
But ghosts don't have any blood, Igor.
But we scuttling little furry hunchback assistants do.
Oh, very well. You boys better get with it.
I can dig that.
Well, good luck. Break a leg and all that.
Break a leg. Oh, what a nice thing to say. Thank you.
Just start playing, will you? And don't try to sing during my brother Herkle's guitar solo this time.
If you went out to trick or treat, what would you do if you should meet a Halloween creature in the night? Would it give you a fright? All of the ghosts on Halloween night were out to give the people a fright. They waited until the moon was high, then they floated in the sky.
All of the witches rode broomsticks. They looked for someone to scare with tricks. They waited until the people were out. Then they cackled and flew about.
All of the creatures came to see the skeleton who rattled in front of a tree. They shook their bones and danced around and made a bony rattling sound. The pirates, goblins, fairies, and elves were dressed so scary they scared themselves. And when they came out on Halloween, they were the worst things to be seen. What was that? If you went out to trick or treat, what would you do if you should meet a Halloween creature in the night? Would it give you a fright?
they were pretty good.
I'm glad you're getting into the spirit of things, Miss C. Just think of it. We can have this wonderfully ghastly affair here in your house every Halloween. We could attract some of the most monstrous talents in the world to our haunted hootenanny once the word gets round about how successful this year's party was. Who knows? Maybe next year we could get groups to play here like Axwood Mac, the So-Sos, Moan Jet and the Pumping Hearts, or maybe even, dare I say it, the Rolling Heads.
Oh, boss, could we really get big names like that to play our humble little hootenanny?
I've never heard of any of those bands.
Don't you listen to SCAR radio?
Well, no, I can't say that I've ever heard Scar Radio.
You don't know what you're missing.
Goodness, what is that commotion going on over there between Igor and that big orange jack-o'-lantern?
I'm not sure. Let's find out before they upset the party.
You can't crash the schedule of performers. You weren't asked to perform here tonight.
Oh, now wait a minute, I'm
Out of my way, you slimy little pipsqueak.
Who are you calling pipsqueak, you lousy rat sure?
Now, Igor, Jack here is a guest.
But boss, this bib pumpkin wants to get on stage and sing about himself. He's not booked into play at this hootenanny.
Well, I bet you could work...
I've got a song that this crowd can really sink its teeth into. You're not the only one that knows how to boogie woogie, you know.
And I suppose this song you want to grace us all with is about you.
Well, sure. What's wrong with that? It's a subject we all love.
Not as much as you.
If you don't let me sing this song, I'll have a tantrum. And when the Big Orange has a tantrum...
Be my guest. You're on next.
Well, that's more like it. Out of my way. I'm gonna sing. Get out of the way. Hey!
Why did you let that obnoxious jack-o'-lantern that calls himself the Big Orange get away with that? You should have just let him have his little tantrum fit and ignore him.
When the Big Orange has a tantrum, Miss Carolyn, he spews fire out of his mouth in every direction and burns down everything in sight. I felt it would be in bad taste somewhat for our hootenanny and our guests.
Not to mention my house.
Yes.
We'll return to the ongoing Halloween hootenanny in Miss Carolyn's house right after this break. What is one to do when a big orange buffoon tries to take over and control an entire party? That is the problem faced by Miss Carolyn and the Boogie Woogie Ghost. Can they solve it?
I don't know what we're going to do about the Big Orange. He's starting to bully around the other guests. He pushed Larry the werewolf right into the punch bowl.
Boss, let me take care of him. I'll throw him out of here. I'll make him into pie. He's just a big loudmouth pumpkin.
No, Igor. If we make him angry, he might start spewing fire and burn the whole place down.
Oh, we don't want that to happen. Well, there's someone at my door. I'll see who it could be out at this time of night.
Trick or treat, Miss Carolyn.
Well, if it isn't the giant Blueberry all dressed up as what are you supposed to be, Blueberry?
Oh, Miss Carolyn, don't you know? See, I've got long hair glued all over me. Doesn't that give you any idea?
Well, let's see. I've got it. You're a giant hairy basketball.
No. I'm supposed to be a Gribigal. You know, that scary beast that scares everyone?
Yes, and that gives me a good idea. Well, come inside and join the party, Blueberry.
Hey, I didn't know you were having a Halloween party.
Well, neither did I. But I want you to sing the song about the Gribigal to everyone for me.
Okay, no problem, Miss Carol. Hey, boy, everyone here sure has great costumes.
Miss Karen, the big pumpkin is starting to threaten more of the guests again. What can we do?
I think I may have a solution. But first you have to promise me something, Boogie.
Anything. Just put a stop to that jack-o'-lantern. Pretty please with spiders on top.
You have to promise to have your haunted hootenanny somewhere else on Halloweens in the future. Agreed?
Cross my heart and hope to live.
Okay, then I'll introduce the next song to everyone. Get ready to turn down the lights, Igor.
Ooh, I like that sort of stuff.
Are you ready to sing, Blueberry?
Yeah, but I've got some questions. How come I can see right through this guy named Boogie? And how come that little guy named Igor keeps slobbering when he looks at me?
Oh, I'll tell you later. Right now, you just stay in costume and character as a Gribigal. Ghosties and ghoulies, may I now present for your entertainment, the Gribigal!
There's a scary place I know of, and it's waiting to be found. It's deep and dark and dreary, and it's way down underground. No one ever goes there, the way is always barred. It's full, they say, of creeping things. It's the Gribigal's backyard. The Gribigal's a-waiting in the shadow by the stream. You'll know it when you see him. He's big and green and mean. He gobbles bugs for breakfast and spider soup for lunch. For dinner he eats boys and girls and drinks a bat wing punch. His den is draped with spider webs and things that crawl and creep. He bumps and stumps and thumps along, the Gribigal never sleeps. Bones and stones and sticks and groans and moans and shrieks and lies. Pits and pots and rocks and rags. Shadows, wails and sighs. Now if by chance you drifted off to sleep or chance to dream, you'd best take care. Be ready.
Oh, hey! Who is that hairy Gribigal guy anyway?
Oh, just a friend of mine. And he mentioned to me that he was very interested in meeting you, Big Orange Jack-o'-lantern.
Oh, he did, huh? Well, I wonder why.
Well, you see, Gribigals eat a lot of things, but they love to gobble down pumpkins most of all.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess that makes good... Good what? No, hey, gang, boy, hey, we gotta go here. Hey,
And there goes a big orange bully out the door. Thank you for taking care of him, Miss Carolyn. Now we can finish our hootenanny with our closing act, Count Cadillac and the Coffins.
Boss, we've got a little problem. Count Cadillac has walked out on us because he couldn't get that silly cathedral pipe organ of his through the front door.
Oh, Miss Carolyn, help us out just one more time by singing something for the group.
But I don't have a band.
Igor, go get your brother's band, the Gravediggers, to set back up and back Miss Carolyn. Thank you for doing this and saving my reputation as a Haunted Hootenanny organizer, Miss Carolyn.
And you promised to not have one here next year, right?
Oh, this house is too small anyway. We need something larger, like a mortuary or something. Somewhere with more echo.
Okay. Boris, do you and your group know the music for the song Witch's Brew?
Of course we know that monstrous little number. We're ready when you are.
Okay, Gravediggers, start shoveling those instruments.
Dead leaves, seaweed, rotten eggs too. Stir them in my witch's brew. I got magic, alakazam-a-kazoo. Spiderweb, moldy bread, and mucky mud too. Stir them in my witch's brew. I got magic, alakazam-a-kazoo. My witch's brew. What's it gonna do to you? Woo!
We'll return for the conclusion of Kids Radio Show right after this.
Miss Carolyn, all these outfits on people here look so real.
It just comes sort of natural to this bunch, Giant Blueberry.
And that little scuttling, funny-looking fellow told me to stick around because they may need some more fruit cocktail. What did he mean by that?
Well, Blueberry, just stay around me and the Boogie Ghost, but don't go near the kitchen with Igor, okay?
Okay, there's a witch over there that asked me for a dance anyway.
Well, we all got through that party, and the Giant Blueberry ended up being the one to solve our Big Orange bully problem. Happy Halloween! Until next week. Bye!